After watching the teaser of the TV series Pachinko Season 2, I wanted to record the book and the first season of the drama. It has been a while because I read the book in 2021 and watched the drama in 2022. Rather than the overall story, I'd like to talk about something memorable for me, and the thoughts have come from a ensemble of drama episodes and the book's story. The narrative begins in Busan in the early 1900s. My family is from Busan and I was also born there. Especially my grandma on my mother's side was in Japan during the Japanese occupation and came to Busan by a ferry when she was a baby. I've never heard of the story in detail, but Pachinko's narrative reminds me of my family a lot. I heard that the boat trip was tough and took lots of time at the time, so sometimes people died during a voyage. My mom told me that if there's someone dead on the ship, it would bring about misfortune. That's how she explained her mother's poor and difficult times in her childhood. In one episode of Pachinko, I remember the scene where a singer on the ship refused to sing a foreign song but sang a Korean traditional song instead, and then she died. I was a bit surprised and thought, does it imply hardships which Sonja will have to undergo? Next, in the earlier episode, Sonja's father, Huni, held his breath even though he is outside of the water for as long as Sonja was diving in the ocean. I think this scene's only from the drama. I like the way he expresses his love to Sonja without telling her directly. When I was young, I went fishing with my family. I almost cried because I didn't catch any fish and I was impatient. It was a rich fish fishing day, so nearly everyone except me caught fish. Then my father secretly went down to the sea and put a fish on my fishing rod, so I thought I caught a fish. And then I heard the truth from my mother after I became an adult, because my father never told me. Another thing I liked about the drama was the Busan dialect. As a person whose mother tongue is the Busan dialect, I was not disturbed by the dialect in the drama. It sounded very natural, but I was not 100% satisfied yet. There will be parts where the voice tone goes up and some parts where it falls, but it seems the directing was towards only one direction. In the drama, Go Han-soo is from Jeju Island and I couldn't understand any word from his saying. The Jeju dialect feels like a completely different language for me. When I read the book, I hated Go Han-soo the most among the characters. Of course, if he hadn't been there, Sonja might not have been able to survive overcoming all adversities. In the book, there's such a big age gap between teenage Sonja and Han-soo, who's in his 30s. However, in drama, since the actress Kim Min-ha is in her 20s, it feels less awkward with Han-soo or Lee Min-ho. The 7th episode is a drama original, of which story doesn't appear in the book. Therefore, the pace is a bit slow unlike other episodes, but I think it contains the story which absolutely have to be told. Actually, when I started to upload videos in this channel this year, I didn't imagine that I would go to Japan twice a year because I haven't been there more than a decade. And I still hear from my family that we should remember atrocities done during the colonial era and the past, and I agree on that. Lastly, in the teaser, I noticed the name Changleri as a co-executive producer. If it's not the person with the same name, he is also a Korean-American author like Min-jin Lee. One of my favorites among his books is The Surrendered, of which background is based on the Korean War. And if you read his books, you can see the characters like Huni, who don't tell somebody directly when they express their feelings. I also wanted to talk about other things like Dong-hee taken as a comfort woman, or the scene that Solomon takes Hana to the rooftop and make her feel free. I think it's hard to talk about everything in one video. Please feel free to leave the comments and also share your ideas. Thank you for watching this video.